We direct your attention to the man with the sleek leather briefcase. His name, Dr. Mallory Craig.
Thanks, bud.
Occupation, psychologist, newly employed by the Crestridge Sanitarium. For the last 2 weeks, he has been visualizing his first day, looking forward to it with eager anticipation. But there's a terror behind those cold institutional walls that nothing in his education has prepared him for.
Dr. Craig?
Yes.
Rebecca Robb. Everyone calls me Becky. I'm the catch-all head nurse, good cop, bad cop, advisor on policy, and tracker down of missing paychecks. Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here. This place has got a fine reputation. I only hope I can live up to it.
I'll get you the files on your clients. You'll be taking over Dr. Parnett's group, about 6 or 7 people. I think you'll find them all quite fascinating.
Thank you, Becky. Becky, can I see you a second?
Sure.
What can you tell me about this patient? Name of Sharon Miles. It says here she committed herself.
That's correct. Although Dr. Parnett thought there might also have been some family pressure to check in.
It also says she refused to leave the house, was constantly rearranging furniture in strange ways, and refused to sleep anywhere but in a plain white room.
Still does. Since she's been here, she's repainted her room, I guess about half a dozen times by now. Anytime there's a spot or a crack. Dr. Parnett said to let her do it. It might be good therapy for her. She dresses only in solid colors and refuses to leave her room except for meals and counseling sessions. And then only with difficulty.
I've never heard of anything like this before. What's her attitude?
Frightened. Doctor, in my 10 years as a nurse, I've never seen anyone so completely, utterly terrified.
Of what?
I don't know. Even Dr. Parnett couldn't find out that one. Good night, Doctor.
Hi. I know it's a little bit after office hours, but I thought I'd pop by and say hello, if you don't mind. Yours? Nice work. I'm afraid arts and crafts are pretty much beyond me. Tried to make a bookcase once, ended up as a napkin holder. Nice room. Spartan, but very nice.
Thank you.
I've been going over the caseload, and yours is very interesting. I noticed that you graduated to therapy on a voluntary basis.
Dr. Parnett decided not to push matters. If there was something I wanted to talk about, I'd talk about it.
But you haven't. You haven't been to therapy in nearly 2 months. You know, I'm sure if you were to try again, I could arrange for a field trip.
No. I don't think that would be a good idea. Not yet. When I'm ready, maybe.
All right. But if you should ever feel like talking, I think you know where to find me. Good evening.
Ah, good. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Before everyone went home for the night, I wanted to introduce you to the rest of the staff.
Fine. That'll be all right.
Get it away from me! Get it away from me! Get it away from me!
I told her we don't have any other heavy blankets. It's getting colder and she's
I
gonna
don't
need...
care! Get it away! I don't want patterns!
Look, just go and get 2 or 3 light ones. That should be all right, don't you think?
As long as they're plain. One color, no patterns.
No patterns. I promise.
guess I didn't make a very good impression last night. I want to thank you for what you did. The staff gets a little impatient with me at times.
All forgotten.
Thank you.
But it would help me tremendously in the future if I understood why you were so concerned.
Hey, Doc. Haven't you heard? Nobody in here but us loonies. We don't have to have reasons for what we do.
I disagree. And for what it's worth, I don't think you are a loony. Scared, yes. And I'd like to try and help. Talk to you for a while.
All right. You just move that for the time being. After I finished college, I met Jeff. And we got married about a year later. And we had a boy, Bobby. He's 7 years old now. And I don't hate my mother or my father, and I never wanted to sleep with my brother. And I wasn't frightened by a checkered sheet when I was a little girl.
But you were frightened last night. I saw you. You were terrified by that blanket.
No, not the blanket. The patterns.
Why? Don't you want to leave this place? I can't imagine you'd want to stay. Then why don't you tell me?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
You ever look closely at patterns, Doctor? I mean the kind of patterns you find in wallpaper. Cracks in the ceiling. Linoleum floors.
I suppose so, yes.
You ever see faces in those patterns? The way that the cracks and colors come together so that if you look at it, just so, you could swear you see a face.
Of course. We had a linoleum floor when I was a kid. I used to spend hours looking at the patterns, trying to make faces out of them. You see, that's the way the brain works. It tries to find order in chaos. Given the chance, the mind plays a game of connect the dots with whatever it happens to be looking at the time.
Yes, but did you ever wonder why you see faces? Not animals or plants or buildings. But faces.
No, actually, until you mentioned it, it hadn't occurred to me.
It didn't occur to me either. At least not at first. It was Sunday, and I was looking up at the wallpaper. It was covered in abstract patterns, you know the kind. And I was looking up at the wallpaper, looking into the patterns. I saw a face in it. Doctor, I swear it looked back at me. Right at me. I caught it off guard, I guess, because I got the most terrible, horrible feeling that it knew that I saw it. And I looked away. It was gone.
Perhaps you only thought the face was looking at you.
No. No! You know when you're crossing the street and you make eye contact with the driver the way everybody tells you to, and even though you can't see them clearly, you can feel when you've met their eyes. You know they're looking at you. Well, this face was looking at me, just like that. And why did it suddenly disappear?
You said yourself that you looked away. At that moment, your mind rearranged the dots into a different pattern, one without a face.
No, there was something there, Doctor. I saw it and it saw me. It's trying to kill me. I saw a face in it. And Doctor, I swear it looked back at me. Right at me. I caught it off guard, I guess, because I got the most terrible, horrible feeling that it knew that I saw it. Then I looked away. And it was gone.
Staying late?
No, I was just leaving.
Well, I hope you brought your coat. Looks like we're heading into the rainy season. Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Becky. You said yourself that you looked away. At that moment, your mind rearranged the dots into a different pattern, one without a face.
No, there was something there, Doctor. I saw it and it saw me.
It's trying to kill me. After I saw the first face, I started seeing more of them. They were watching me, peering out of the patterns of carpet, ceilings, wallpaper. I tried to paint over them, but they kept coming through. Faces in the pile of leaves next door. Faces in tree trunks, brick walls. Faces in the doodles of my 7-year-old son. My clothes. I had to stop wearing patterns. That's why I don't allow patterns in my room. That's how they come through. As long as they're out of range, I'm safe. Sometimes I get the feeling that I hear them talking, whispering about me, trying to decide what they're going to do about me.
You keep saying they. Who are they?
I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling that they're looking in from someplace else, someplace parallel to this, that only intersects us at certain points. I get the feeling that they're old. Very, very old.
What do you think they would do to you, finally, if they got you alone?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. And I'm not going to give them the chance to find out.
Did this have something to do with your decision to commit yourself?
I'm awfully tired, Doctor. Can we pick this up?
Will you tell me tomorrow what happened?
Don't resist us. Don't resist.
Sharon, I've changed my mind. I can't live like this anymore. Someone has to know in case something happens to me. Tomorrow I'll tell you everything.
Glad to hear that, Sharon.
And, Doctor, I lied to you. I think I know what they are and what they're trying to do to me. I can't trust them not to. Doctor, please, if anything happens to me, promise me you'll protect them. Jeff and my son, promise me?
Well, I promise.
Good morning, Doctor. Pardon the bucket. We had the roof fixed last winter, but it still leaks a lot. The buckets all over the place. A storm that big always agitates the patients, and last night was a doozy. Around midnight, we had everyone quieted down, except for your favorite patient.
Sharon? What happened?
Well, she just started screaming right in the middle of the night, screaming and pounding on her door, trying to get out. Kept saying she wanted another room, that she had to get out.
Did she say why?
Well, she was hysterical. Any other night, we'd have given her another room, but you know how crowded we are. She was too disturbed to let her wander around, so we had to lock her room. I called for another nurse to help sedate her. She really fought us, too.
Why didn't you call me?
Well, we were going to, but she quieted down. We didn't want to disturb you.
Good morning, Doctor.
I hear you gave our nurses quite a night.
Well, I was being silly, and I realize that now. Storms frighten me. Actually, thanks to you, I realize I've been silly about a lot of things.
Such as?
Such as being here, committing myself, abandoning my son and husband just because of some perfectly irrational fears. It's wrong. And I can see that now. I guess all I really needed was someone to talk to.
I fear you give me way too much credit. It's a very pretty outfit. Very intricate patterns, I thought.
Just one more sign that all is well. I called the front office and had it brought to my room. With some luck, I signed the release forms and I'll be leaving here this afternoon.
So soon? I thought we could at least finish our...
We did. And again. Thank you.
Your cab's here. Thought I'd help you with your bags.
Thank you.
Besides, I couldn't just let you go without saying goodbye, could I?
No, I suppose not. All the help is quite appreciated.
Please.
Did you hear something?
No. Must have been the wind.
That's not me. That's what it is. That's not me. Oh, please stop.
Next time you're alone, look quickly at the wallpaper and the ceiling and the cracks on the sidewalk. Look for the patterns and lines and faces on the wall. Look, if you can, for Sharon Miles, visible only out of the corner of your eye or in the Twilight Zone.
Relax. General? Hey, ranks later, all right?
So what's the job? With all the security around here, you think we're back in the Manhattan Project.
2 months ago, this was a research lab. Government contract, particle physics, that sort of thing, nothing unusual. Then something happened. The research team was running a new experiment on wormholes, theoretical subspace corridors like black holes, go anywhere in the galaxy in a second. Things got out of hand. When they cleared away the rubble, they found what's on the other side of that wall. Here. Better put these on. They'll help a little, but try not to stare directly into it.
My God.
When they found it, we brought in scientists from all over the place. Cornell, NASA, JPL. They've poked and prodded and scanned. The high IQ types from Caltech said terminology is irrelevant. I called it a gate. They didn't argue.
Gate? To where?
We don't know. Hell, we're not even sure how it got here. All the data from the experiment was wiped out in the explosion. But somehow that equipment in there is generating it, maintaining it. Well, we'll probably figure it out in time, but right now it's as if we've unlocked a door and forgotten the combination. So if we close it, we may not be able to open it again. We have to know what's on the other side of that wall, Alex. That's why we called you. The brass wants you to go in there.
Alexander McAndrews, former test pilot, with a paper trail of commendations and a closet full of broken records. A man for whom the unknown is to be faced, not feared, conquered, not surrendered to. Alexander McAndrews, who is about to face yet another unknown. But this one is unlike all the others, for this one burns at the very heart of the Twilight Zone.
You weren't the first one on our list, Alex. They went before you. Second Lieutenant Emilio Perez, Sergeants Evelyn Marks, Len Sinclair, and a captain, Henry Kincaid. They volunteered. We gave them the best equipment we had. And one by one, they went in that gate. None of them have come back.
No contact?
I'm through. It became gone. There's something here. Can you see it? Can.
Maximum contact time, 10 seconds. It's static. 4 people, Alex. 4 good people. The State Department wants to close us down. Just pull the plug. Try to forget it ever happened. Pentagon wants to push ahead on grounds of national security. But as far as I'm concerned, those people are still alive, and if there's any chance to rescue them...
Understood.
I didn't want you for this, Alex. You've paid your dues and then some.
Don't know if you've heard, but I got the word last week. Seems like I'm getting a little bit too old to be a rocket jockey. Putting me behind a desk. I can't live with that, Greg. So, given the choice, be a great way to go out, wouldn't it?
You'll come back. If anyone can make it, you will. You're a good soldier, Alex.
That's what Sarah said the day she left me. Good soldier. Always ready to follow orders, do his duty.
Last chance. You don't have to do it.
Look around, General. What else do I have? So where do I suit up?
Systems check beginning by mark. No interference. Reading 5 by 5. Quarters up and running.
All right.
Need binary reprocessors. Field stable.
Is there anyone you want me to? I'll see you soon. Goggles on. Okay, ray shield. All right, Alex, we're cleared to proceed. Now remember, no heroics, strictly threat analysis. Just go in, take a fast look around, then get out of there. You copy?
Affirmative, General. Entering the gate.
God go with you, Alex.
You're white light. Have a sensor. Very, very fast.
We're losing contact, General.
ComCon, this is McAndrews. Do you read? ComCon? I repeat, this is McAndrews. Do you copy, ComCon? I don't know whether you're getting any of this or not, ComCon, but I'm going to keep recording anyway. I found a glove. Appears to be one of ours. Atmosphere and environment seems similar to ours. Oxygen atmosphere, all right. Sweet, cool, crisp air. I don't see any sign of the gate from this side. Perhaps it's not in the visible spectrum here. Moving on. I'll continue to log entries at 5-minute intervals.
Still no communication, General.
Boost the signal.
Well, I'm trying, but I'm just not getting anything.
Damn it, boost it some more. Come on, Alex, talk to me. Where the hell are you?
Welcome, Major.
Kincaid? Captain Henry Kincaid?
Present and accounted for, sir. We've been waiting for you. Well, not you in particular, but somebody like you. But I'm happy with the selection. I can't think of a better choice for their needs or ours.
Excuse me?
Everything will be explained in time, Major. In the meantime, please, if you will come with us.
What is this place?
Call it heaven.
All I want is a simple answer to a simple question. Where are we? What is this place?
Lieutenant Paris, sir. I'm the navigational specialist. I've been here about a week, and the stars... Well, Major, the stars are all wrong. I don't know where we are, but it's not Earth. And frankly, I don't think we're even in the same neighborhood anymore.
Well, why haven't you tried to get back?
We can't go back. We've surveyed the area. And as far as we can tell, the gate doesn't exist on this side. It only works one way, from there to here.
And you just welcome everybody?
It is my prerogative as leader of this community. We are a peaceful people, Major. Not suspicious. Of supplies, we have plenty, more than enough to share. If this has become an unintentional prison for you, please be assured we'll exert every effort to make it a pleasant one. There is much we have to offer. They've told me about the world you come from. A place of such hate. Here we have no possessions to steal, no religion save one, the sanctity of life. No law, but to be kind to one another. That is why we were pleased to see it was you who was sent to us. They say you are a man of honor.
It's the kind of place we've all dreamed about, Major.
I think I'll reserve judgment till I've checked things out for myself.
We encourage you to explore, and we will give you all the help we can, as we did to the others. I sense in you a man who's been searching for peace for a long time without finding it. Here you will. You do not play, Major?
Too old, I guess.
That will change. I'm not quite as old as you think. Have you had any luck trying to find the way back?
None, you were right. Dawn to dusk, we searched every square inch of the area I came through. Nothing. It's a funny thing, though. The more time I spend here, the less I begin to worry about it. See, I've been a soldier all my life. My father was, and his father before him. They said you have to fight for what you believe. They never told me what to believe. They told me I have to follow orders. They never told me why. Stay busy enough, though, and you don't worry about it.
You have a family?
Not really. My wife left me about a year ago. Said she didn't believe in bigamy. Couldn't compete with honor, duty, orders.
I'm glad you're here, Alex. I'm very glad.
Evening, Major.
I think Alex will do for now. You seen Barron?
She was here a little while ago. She'll be back in a few minutes.
Thanks.
It is now 3 days, 12 hours since Alexander McAndrews went through the gate. In another 24 hours, we will consider him lost in action. I've recommended we shut down operations and send no more people through the gate without more detailed analysis. The brass disagree. We lose more in training operations, they told me. They've already picked their next volunteer. He comes highly recommended. I don't know him. Thank God for small favors.
This place is handling us is incredible. We love it here.
You lied to me.
Alex, please.
You lied to me. You told me there was no way out, but there is. That gate's still there, all right? But it's only because of refraction you can only see it at night. So you made it a point to take me there only during the day, knowing that I wouldn't find anything. You decided to stay here and keep everybody else with you.
We told you the truth the best way we could, Major. If we went back and reported what we found, this place would be swarming with troops and experts and God knows what else. They'd ruin it.
That's garbage.
Is it? You know how the military thinks. What do you think would happen if they got a hold of it?
You could leave out some of the facts.
They have ways of making any of us talk. Truth serums, you name it. Perfection is a fragile thing, Major. It doesn't survive the microscope. When we saw what kind of place this was, we took a vote. The decision was unanimous. We're not going back. This is Eden, Major. Would you want to be the one to bring the snake into the garden?
You're forgetting something. I didn't vote. Now, you're younger than I am. Maybe you can forget your responsibility and your duty, but I can't. I'm going back.
I'm afraid we can't allow that, Major. See how easy it is? The first solution of the angry man. How many other guns you want to turn loose here?
I don't want to hurt you, Kincaid. But I'm ordering you to get out of the way.
Then you'll have to kill me, Alex.
No! Alex! Alex! Please wait, don't go!
I'm sorry, but I have to.
Why? You said yourself there was nothing back there for you!
Because I'm a good soldier. That's all I've ever been. Maybe that's all I'll ever be. You take that away and what's left? You said yourself, I'm a man of honor. So please, lead me with that. That's all I have.
So you're convinced they're a totally agrarian society?
Judging from everything I saw, yes.
Any potential threat to security?
Nil.
Thank you, Major. Comments?
I think we're in a perfect position. The press isn't aware of the situation. It's a whole new frontier.
Good job, Alex. You stink.
Technology advisors.
Now, you did what you had to. You followed orders.
Yeah. Keep the guns in our hands.
Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
kind of like the symmetry of that.
Well, I still think it's worth considering.
I think you're overlooking the strategic value of this situation.
The first strike potential is enormous. There's nowhere we couldn't hit with troops or tactical nukes in a hot second. Hell, we could even store the stuff up there, and no one could take it out with the first strike.
Tell me something, Greg. Would you have let the snake into the Garden of Eden? Fortunately for me, that wasn't a decision I had to make.
Why we have to go in now, so that we can call the shots. I mean, the Pentagon is dying for an opportunity like this, and we must prevent any kind of leaks whatsoever, or the whole thing is shot.
What if we can open up more gates between their world and our Earth? We can use it as a transfer point for troops and material.
Clandestine and preemptive actions could be achieved without detection.
Alex! Alex, stop!
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, tell the brass that perfection is a fragile thing. Tell them I did my job. And tell them I retire.
Stop! Move that! What's on?
Are you sure they won't build another?
It's a freak combination in the first place. If the gate were still there for them to study, maybe they could duplicate it. But it's gone permanently.
So what do you do now?
For the moment, absolutely nothing.
Major Alexander McAndrews, retired, who learned that there is a better world and that sometimes heaven is a place better left untouched by human hands. There may be one more commendation yet to come for the Major, one that says, for services rendered in the Twilight Zone.
Yes, hello, Mr. Foster. This is the unemployment office returning your call. I'm sorry, but your benefits as of the 2nd, 17th, 99 have expired. You can reach me at the usual number, but I'm afraid there's really nothing I can do.
The year is 1999. Within the box, evidence that some things do not change with the passage of time. Its contents, the collected debris of a shattered life, now valuable only for the dimes and nickels they can solicit from a third party. A familiar process, and a familiar long walk that is about to lead into the unfamiliar terrain of the Twilight Zone.
Yes, sir. Something I can help you with?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not buying.
Selling then.
Yeah.
Bring it over here. Let's see what you got.
I know it's not much. You know how it is. Hard times, lots of things going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you hear that a lot in this business, huh?
Yes, I do. $50.
The watch alone is worth that.
Make it 60 then, but that's as high as I'll go. There's a depression then, you know. You can take it somewhere else, but you won't get any more, and when you come back, the offer will be 50. Flat.
Couldn't you make it 65?
Done. Sure you've nothing else to sell?
No.
You weren't sent here, were you? Referred?
Referred? No. Look, if I had anything else to sell, it'd be in the box. I got nothing left. I'll tell you what I do have. A gut full of pain. You want to make me an offer, go ahead. Now, what's the going price for pain these days?
Perhaps there's something else we can negotiate. Come. You're familiar, I trust, with memory dipping?
Only what I read in the papers. Seems to be the big trend these days, renting people's memories.
Yes, it's become quite popular among those able to afford it. The usual practice is to scan a subject's memories and copy them onto a computer chip. You can take a skier, copy his memory of his best race, and by plugging into that, you can experience what he felt. His feelings, his thoughts, the way the snow felt under his skis, the roar of the crowd at the finish line. A fascinating concept, is it not, Mr.
Foster?
Mr. Foster. Unfortunately, copied memories are not as vivid as some might like. It's like seeing a video that's been dubbed too many times. The color is washed out. The experience less than 100% real. So, a market has developed for connoisseurs looking to sample a far more intense experience. For that, they require not dubbing, but direct transference. We go in electronically and slice away memories. A minute, an hour, a year. We can remove these memories and store them for use by others. And the experience is quite painless, of course.
And illegal.
Eminently. And the wonder of it all is the product is not a distortion of reality. It is reality distilled. For those who buy, the risk is quite worthwhile. As for those who sell, the rewards are quite reasonable.
How much would I get?
Depends on what we can find.
I've never really done anything special.
Unnecessary. Look at the soap operas, Mr. Foster. No alien invasions, no vast sagas. But they know the value of voyeurism. And so do I. Well, I'll have to think about it. Of course, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. Do think about it. And while you're thinking about it, think on this. What have your memories done for you lately, Mr. Foster?
Third reminder, Foster. In case you've forgotten, the rent's due the 1st of every month. Today is the 6th. Either I get the rent from you by tomorrow, or I'm throwing you out. Am I clear? Have a nice day.
It's not fair, you know.
Very little in life is, Mr. Foster. I've just had a very good offer from a fellow who collects high school graduations.
It gives me great pleasure in presenting this next student not only with his diploma, but also with this watch in recognition of his leading the fundraising for the new gymnasium. Congratulations, Simon Foster.
Mr. Foster? Mr. Foster? Mr. Foster? Here, drink this. For some reason, the process tends to dehydrate it a little. A perfect transfer? How do you feel?
I don't feel any different.
Of course not. But now there's just a tiny gap in your memory. Just so. Everything between 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the evening of the day in question. 12 hours. Poof. Gone. And are you any the less for it? No. In fact, I would dare say you are quite the richer for it. Well, good doing business with you, Mr. Foster. Next time...
No, there's not going to be next time. I just needed enough to get ahead a little, that's all. Thank you for your help.
As you say, but if you should ever change your mind... Be seeing you, Mr. Foster.
600, 620, 625.
Thank you.
Now, if you don't mind.
Next month, too. New policy. Got a lot of transients coming through here. Owner says we have to have an extra month's rent.
Can't do that.
Look, I tell you what. Why don't you go running off to the Housing Commission and tell them all about it? And maybe when you get back, you'll find your apartment rented. One of those clerical errors you hear so much about.
I'm sorry, Mr. Foster, but there are no openings in your area. When a vacancy opens up in your field, you will be notified at that time. Goodbye.
You're in luck, Mr. Foster. I just got a call from someone interested in buying birthdays.
There's 5 candles, Simon, 1 for good luck. Close your eyes. Make a wish. Make a wish, Simon. Blow out the candles. Good boy. Happy birthday, Simon. Darling, look at Simon. He's taking his first step. Look! That's my boy.
I just wanted to say, you're a great dancer.
Thank you. It was very nice. I have to go inside now, but I'll never forget this.
Punctual, Mr. Foster. Very good. We have a job in the repair field which your record indicates you're perfect for. We just have to ask you a few questions. Strictly formality, you understand. What high school did you graduate?
Cliffordville High in Madison.
With 2 years of junior college. What was your major?
I think it was...
Your resume lists engineering.
That's it. If you could just give me a minute, I think that I have some records around here somewhere.
I'm sorry, but we are pressed for time, Mr. Foster. If you're not ready for this interview, you should have...
No, I'm ready. Sorry. Go on.
Please describe your training in that field during your college experience.
Well,
I require specifics, Mr. Foster. I'm sorry, Mr. Foster, but if you're not going to cooperate...
Wait, please. It's difficult sometimes.
It's difficult for us all, Mr. Foster. The unemployment rate is 32% as of this Monday, and there are many applicants who are looking for this job.
Wait, please. If you just give me a chance.
Please resubmit your application to Central Processing. Good day, Mr. Foster.
You can't do this to me! Come back here! Come back, damn you! My God. How many? How many others?
I run a business, Mr. Foster. Like any good business, it depends on volume and diversity. One must be responsive to the fluctuations in the market. Oh, save me your grand gestures. You're not going anywhere. Even if you leave, you'll be back. Your kind always comes back.
We come back because bread is $5 a loaf and meat you can't even buy unless it's on the black market. I look around, the only person I see eating is you.
I pay you a fair price for what you have to sell.
It's not enough! You say this minute is worth a nickel, an hour, maybe $1. 5 if something interesting's going on? What gives you the right to put a price tag on my life?
I didn't. You did.
Yeah. I did, didn't I? So what'll it be today, Mr. Quint? Trip to the zoo? Ride on a roller coaster? Why don't you take my first marriage? Save us both some grief.
Not interested? I'm only buying one thing today. We need a companion piece to the young lady who just left here. We want to buy the first time you made love. I can make you a very good offer.
No.
Take it or leave it. That's all I'm buying at the moment. Walk away, and who knows if I'll be buying anything else.
Tell me. Just tell me you love me. It's not silly. Just tell me you love me. Always. Forever and ever.
That will be all? I said that will be all, Mr. Foster. It's over. You can go now. Your payment is on the counter.
She's in here, isn't she?
Don't touch the equipment. You might damage something.
You know, they say you can always remember the first time with a woman. I guess now I'm the exception to that rule.
Very good. Now, if you'll please just...
I want her back. I changed my mind.
Just take your money and go.
I want her back. I want her back in my head where she belongs. I want my life back. You've got my life. I want it back. You give me my life back. Now I want my life back, damn you.
I haven't got it. I sold it. Don't you understand? It's not here.
Then get it.
I can't.
Well, I suggest you try, because right now I don't have anything much to lose. I want a life. I want to be whole again. Now!
There is a way. But it's not perfect.
Well, like you said, Mr. Quint, what in life is...
We received your new application, Mr. Foster. Very professionally typed. Did you have it done by a service?
No, ma'am. I typed it myself.
I see you've added clerk typist to your job goals. And a number of other occupations. Where exactly did you learn to type?
I had 3 years of typing at Sorworth College. It's all on the resume.
But Sorworth was a women-only college at that time. How do you explain this?
I graduated college on June 12th, on the year shown. And then I graduated college again on July 1st of the following year. I attended and graduated Lenox High School, also Chula Vista High School.
Mr. Foster.
That was shortly after my return from London. Did I tell you I have 2 children? I remember when they were born. It was such a moving time for me, being an only child. I remember my 5th birthday. My brother and my sister helped make the decorations.
Mr. Foster.
But, of course, the credentials are what's at issue here. I should also mention that my German is quite fluent. I spent most of the last year in Vienna, and I worked as a translator and a secretary and a bus driver. And I interned at the Institut de Neurologica. Prior to that...
Exit Simon Foster. A patchwork collection of lost dreams held together by the stolen memories of strangers. A man who discovered that we truly are the sum of our parts. Mr. Simon Foster, a very special resident of the Twilight Zone.
Those were such wonderful times. I remember them so well.
My deepest sympathy.
A lovely service.
Terrible loss.
Yes.
Are you related to the deceased?
No, not at all.
Oh, a friend of the family, then.
No, actually, I don't know anyone here. They're all strangers to me. But it was still a very lovely service.
Barbara LeMay, the woman in black, out of place in a world of colors and sounds and life. A woman caught between fascination and something more profound and less earthly. Barbara LeMay, with one foot in the grave, the other firmly planted in the Twilight Zone.
As I was saying, a lovely service. There must have been at least 150 people there. They had a reception afterwards, and they served the most delicious finger sandwiches.
So, who was the service for? I didn't know we knew anyone who had died.
I'm not certain. You know how I am with names.
You mean you... Mother, you have got to stop going to funerals for people you don't even know.
Why?
Well, because it's wrong, that's all.
They had white roses. Oh, you should have seen them. White roses tied with tiny red ribbons. Silk, I think they were. One for each year. There was music. And there were such words spoken. Such love. When I go, I think I would very much want a service like that. Would you see to it, dear?
Mother, will you please stop it? You know I don't like to hear you talk like this.
Jason, these things happen. We hate to think about them.
No. You don't hate to think about them. You love to think about them. Mother, why is it every time I see you, every other word is death? When I asked you out to the coast to see Margie and the kids, you couldn't. You couldn't come because you said you couldn't make any long-term plans. How the hell am I supposed to explain that to them? I'm sorry. Grandma can't come for Thanksgiving because she isn't sure whether she'll be alive or not. hurt them.
I'm sorry. I really am.
I know. I just wish you'd stop all this. Let some light in here. Get some air. Mother, this obsession of yours is not good. It's not healthy. It's morbid. Mom, I love you very much. And I want you to see your grandchildren grow up.
I'll try. I will, really.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to go. Plane to catch.
Then you go. And you give my love to Margie and Ben and Susan. I'll be fine. Really. Hello? Is anyone there?
Don't move! Don't call the cops. I'll kill you, I swear.
Don't try to talk. I did what I could, but I think it's bad. I better call the hospital.
No. Don't want to die in no hospital. I'm dying, ain't I?
I'm not an expert. But yes, I think you are dying. While you were out, I turned on the radio. They mentioned a robbery at an all-night liquor store.
$27 in change. Ain't that something?
I'll get you some water.
No. Please.
Don't worry. I won't leave you alone. I understand. Perhaps better than you know. I'll wait with you. We'll both wait together. You're here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm here.
Are you surprised?
No.
No. I suppose you wouldn't be. We spent so much time together, you and I. It must make one more sensitive.
Yes.
I was in the hospital once. The woman in the room next to me died in the night. I felt you nearby.
Who are you talking to?
No one, Trent. No one. It's all right.
It's so cold.
He can't see you.
I won't exist for him until it's time.
Where do you take us? To a better place?
Sometimes.
It must be beautiful.
Well, it's a place like any other.
Oh, no, please. Please, wait. Wait. Why don't you take me instead of him?
What's he to you?
Nothing. No one. But he can't see the beauty in you. I can. I see it in so many ways. The peace, the freedom, the tranquility, the poignant, fragile beauty of that one final exhalation, the gathering of the soul, the ceremony of the...
It's his time.
Oh, but he can't appreciate you as I can. I have no one here, not anymore.
No.
Why?
I cannot take life where none exists. I've seen you in so many places. You've called my name so many times. You have worshipped at my altar. You've walked in my shadow, seen my reflection in others' faces, and still it's not enough. You don't run from my touch. You seek to embrace it. But I could no more take you than I could take this table. For neither of you lives.
I don't understand.
See how he resists me. Even now. Clings to life. For in each second is the possibility of joy, however often defeated. Even now, this close to me, he's more alive than you. I bring you peace, sleep. Don't be afraid. For I alone will never leave.
You can't do this. You can't just leave. We've been together so much. That would be cruel. What do you want me to do? Go and feed the pigeons in the park? Is that living? I don't have anyone. Don't you understand? My son, he doesn't need me anymore. Everyone I knew is gone. My husband, my friends. They're with you. You took them away from me, and now you won't even take me. Why? Why? Am I not good enough? Am I not not? I'm sorry, I yelled. Please, stay with me. Just a moment.
You've got a lot of courage, Mrs. LeMay. Dead phone or not, most folks would have been out of here in a second as soon as he fell.
He was harmless. He was in pain.
Oh, not anymore. Guess that's what they say, isn't it? The only two constants being death and taxes?
Not always.
Have I hurt you?
No. Yes.
How? It wasn't my intention.
No, it never is. But asking myself the same question. It's just that one by one, everyone I knew went away. They went with you. I suppose, in my funny way, I became jealous. You took them away, and if I couldn't have them, then I wanted you too. So I began spending all of my time thinking about you. And I started to see why they went with you.
It was their time.
I suppose it was. But there was more to it than that. I saw it in their faces after they had seen you. No more pain, no more weariness, no sadness, no loss, only peace. In the end, you're all we have, aren't you? When my husband was dying, he suffered so much. And I couldn't do anything to help him. But you did.
I remember.
I think it was then that I began to feel love for you. After you left, there are quite a number of pain pills in the cabinet, left over from some problem a while back. I considered taking all of them. Whatever you say, even you can't stop me from making it my time, can you? But I couldn't do it. Not with you. I suppose it seemed too forward. I was never very good at being aggressive. Nothing's changed. It seems I'm not even very good at...
I've often heard it said, among the living, there are always possibilities. Take my hand. Now, in this last moment, Are you afraid of me?
Oh, no. Where are we going?
Where you are most needed.
I'm afraid he doesn't have much time left.
Is it dark in here?
Yes, it is. I'll try to find someone.
No, please. Don't go. It'll be all right.
I have to go.
No, please.
I'll be right back.
Wait.
Better.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. I bring you peace, sleep, and I alone will never leave you.
Oh, you did fine.
I'm so happy.
Incident in a hospital room. Part of the status quo of life and death. A visitation accompanied by cold winds and warm hands locked in a midnight embrace in the Twilight Zone.
Stevens, good morning. You ready to take your test? Okay, I'm gonna help you. Now? Okay, just step up on the treadmill, please.
First foot. Good. Now, we're going to start out very slowly. Ready? And start. Good. That's not so hard, is it? That's very good. How about a little faster? Good work.
Don't be deceived by the youthful appearance of our subject, Darius Stevens. He abused his body for 79 years. Now he's walking on his own bought and paid for 2 feet, down a path he hopes will lead him into a new life.
This is sick. The man is 79 years old, for God's sake.
And there's no reason why he can't live for another 79.
With an artificial brain? You've turned him into a robot. What does that prove?
No. He's not a robot by any means. He's human.
It's incredible.
Back in the 80s and early 90s, this would have been impossible. But now, with ultra-miniaturization, the sky's the limit.
Well, it seems to me the limit is good sense, and you've overstepped it by a long shot.
Michael, please.
No, I mean it. I mean, this experimenting with people's heads, it's outrageous. Go on, admit it, Wilson. You've never done this operation before on a human. I mean, what might work for a monkey won't necessarily work on a man. Even my father.
It's true. Your father was the first human to receive a total brain implant. However, if things go as expected with the last neurological tests, he'll be ready to lead a normal life within days.
Normal?
Essentially, this is Darius Stevens. We reduced all the memories, all the facts, all the powers of reason, even the feelings that comprise what we knew as Darius Stevens into this microdisc.
My husband has one of those in his head.
No, this was just an interim step. We had to digitalize the data. Then, I'm sorry, I can't explain this without getting technical. He thinks, therefore he is.
Oh, how philosophical of you, Doctor. But let me address another question. As I understand it, my father is just about now 60% machine by weight. Does that sound very human to you? Maybe I'm asking the wrong person. You're a mechanic. You're a man of medicine.
I don't think we need to discuss this any further.
Thank you for everything, Doctor.
We're not out of the woods yet, Anita. Darius was a very active man. It'll be your job to see he doesn't overdo it.
I will.
See you later.
So, when is the Tin Man getting back from physical therapy?
Michael, I've had just about enough of your cynical attitude. Sounds to me like you'd rather have him dead.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't have anything to do with you wanting to take over his company, would it?
The fact is, the man is brain dead, and at the very least, he is not competent enough to manage his own affairs.
The man is your father.
No, he was my father. But this bunch of circuits and tubes and wires and
Now,
pumps
you get
are
this
nothing.
straight, Michael. As long as I am in control of his medical care, I don't want you or anyone else interfering.
You don't say so. Let me tell you something, Anita. He was my father for 50 years. He was your husband for 6. Don't tell me whether I can interfere or not. The man is dead. I accept it. Why can't you?
I look pretty good for a dead man, wouldn't you say?
Michael.
You look wonderful, darling.
Thank you. I feel terrific. What are you staring at? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, Michael has his opinions as to whether or not you're actually here.
Maybe you're expecting the Frankenstein monster. Hey, Wilson is a Harvard man, but he's not that bad. Hey, come on now. Don't ever forget I'm still your father, right? You're my son.
Well, I've got to be going. Stevens Incorporated can't run itself.
Don't worry, Michael. I'll be back tomorrow. And call New Orleans about that Jensen order. Don't forget to tell Harris about the sales meeting in Phoenix. And have Stein drop some projections on the Western region. I want them on my desk by the end of the day. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Susie, would you come in here, please?
I hope you took your vitamins. You're going to need them just to keep up.
Okay, Susie, there's a couple of things I want you to do for me today.
Knock, knock.
Anita, or we'll talk after lunch, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were so busy.
No problem. Just give me a second.
Oh, now you've got to learn to slow down, darling. Dr. Wilson said you should ease into it.
Yeah, Dr. Wilson. Well, this is business, and if you snooze, you lose. Great. Okay. Where would you like to have lunch?
Well,
Excuse me. I hope I'm interrupting.
Michael. Larry, nice to see you. You know my wife, Anita? So what can I do for you gentlemen today?
I'm here to enact the company's succession plan.
What are you talking about? You can't do that unless I'm dead or sick. Now, do I look sick to you, son?
Doesn't matter how you look. See, that computer looks fine, but it's neither alive or dead. It's a machine, like you. I'm taking over.
Like hell you are. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm more alive than I ever was. Is that why you're here, Larry? Would you smell a little blood in the water?
Insulting my attorney won't do you any good. He's here for a purpose. Do it.
Are you Darius Stevens?
Now, that's kind of a ridiculous question, even from you, Larry. Hey, what's this?
It's a summons to appear in court.
You left me no choice.
What are you trying to prove, Michael?
What am I trying to prove? That Darius Stevens is dead.
This is all new territory for the law, Darius.
There must have been cases before this. Some precedent must have been set by now.
The rights of patients who've been kept alive on machines have been established over and over and over, but there has never been a test case involving a human being who is more than 50% machine.
Well, what does having a few artificial organs and joints have to do with it? I don't understand.
Well, that's not exactly the point. Nobody begrudges you an artificial heart or liver or kidneys. What's at issue is your brain, and that's a very gray area. Pardon the pun.
That is ridiculous. You wouldn't say that someone with an artificial leg wasn't human.
But your leg doesn't do your thinking for you. As far as the law is concerned, when your brain is dead, you're dead.
But I am not dead. And with this brain, I can do the work of 3 men.
Being superhuman may in fact work against you.
But I'm everything I ever was, only better. Everything I felt and thought with my biological brain, I still think and feel. And what makes me most human, what makes any of us human at all, is that drive to live. And I have it inside of me.
Obviously. But what we're talking about is a power grab. And you are up against your son. And he has a lot of cards in his hands.
Damn it! This is my company. I fought to make it what it is, and I'm going to keep it. Keep it.
I'll do what I can. I've already got my staff working on it. Just relax.
Just relax? My own son is contending that I'm dead.
We know better, don't we?
Well, I'm not going to sit on my hands, Dave. I'm going to do a search for any legal precedent that is vaguely related to this. I can do it faster than your staff.
Fine.
Come on. I can do this 10 times as fast.
I am processing the data within normal specifications.
Well, increase your specifications. What did I do with that readout?
I can't believe it.
Oh, hi.
Don't oh hi me. The doctor said you should take it easy.
Well, in addition to my legal problems, I have a business to run and a wife to support. I wouldn't be much good to you if I was broke.
Well, you won't be much good to me if you're dead either.
Honey, I'm really up against it now.
I know. I can't believe Michael would do this.
Well, we have to believe it. The hearings start in a week. I'm going to need your help and understanding. I'll be pulling some long hours to get ready for this.
Are you okay, darling?
Yes, I'm all right. Why?
It's the way you're talking. You're repeating words.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it. I'm probably just tired.
Darling, we have enough money to live on. Why don't we just turn our backs and walk away?
I can't do it. It's the principle of it.
You can count on me to help you in any way I can. I went to fix myself a drink. How about you, Dave?
Oh, thanks. I gotta go home. I've seen so little of my family in the last couple of weeks, my wife thinks I have a woman on the side.
Darling, can I fix you anything?
No. I was hoping we could go over the Supreme Court opinions. There's one in particular
Give
that
me
I
a break. We're doing fine.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
Day after tomorrow, we'll present our concluding arguments, and it's out of our hands. But tonight, I'm going to go home and get some rest. I think you ought to, too. You sound exhausted. I know I am. Good night.
Good night, Dave. You didn't even say goodbye to Dave.
I'm going over these opinions. I'm a little bit preoccupied right now. Why don't you go home?
Darius Stevens, don't you dare try to dismiss me like that. Look, I'll read these. And you read those.
I'm glad you're not doing research for the other side. Darling, wake up. It's time to go home and go to bed. What? I'll come back tomorrow and finish my reading.
Don't you ever let up.
You know what they say, the early bird catches
The worm. Are you okay?
I guess I'm just tired. I think you...
Bad sector. Invalid file name. I think you better call the doctor. 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 Retry bad entry. Invalid error. Retry. Bad sector. Just came to see for myself. My, how the mighty have fallen.
I hope you're happy, Michael.
Me?
You did this. You and your power-grabbing attorneys.
Calm down and don't take it so personally.
To you, this is just business. But you're going to have to live the rest of your life with the knowledge of what you did to your own father.
I didn't do this. He did it all by himself.
What's happening? What is it? What does it mean? What is happening? What's happening?
She just died. Doctor, we have renal failure.
I knew we should have shut his kidneys down when we first came in. Power drain is just too much.
Losing systolic pressure.
What does that mean?
Anita, Michael, wait outside.
Wilson, I think I have a right to be here, and I'd like to...
Outside now.
How is he, Doctor?
Anita, I'm sorry. We lost him.
I wanted to be with him.
Of course. Go ahead.
So what finally killed the Superman?
Can't explain it for sure. His CPU shut down completely.
What do you suppose caused that?
Whether it's overload or fatigue, I don't know for sure. Maybe we'll know more after the post-mortem.
Well, Doctor, I have just one more question.
Yes, Michael. This time he really is dead.
Thank you. I'll make the arrangements.
Anita,
Darius.
are you alone?
Yes.
Well, obviously things didn't work out like I planned them.
But I thought you were...
Dead? Oh, no. There's still some kick left in this old man yet. Damn Wilson and his prototype anyway. I knew a Harvard man couldn't pull it off.
Darius, it really is you.
You're darn right. But you're going to have to be my arms and legs now. We have a real fight ahead of us, Anita.
Fight?
Oh, you didn't think I was going to take this lying down, did you?
But are you really alive?
Well, that's what we're going to have to prove, isn't it? Now, first, I want you to fill me in on everything that's happened the last few days. Then I want you to go down to the Hall of Records and bring all that information to Dave so he can compare that data with the data recorded at the hospital. Then you'll have to bring Wilson into it because he signed my death certificate.
Darius Stevens, the product of a new generation of medical miracles that began with false teeth, expanded into prosthetic limbs, and reached near godhood in plastic surgery and mechanical hearts. As we continue to second-guess and improve upon nature, we are reminded that there is more to being alive than mere flesh and blood. In the Twilight Zone.
Helping the next man this happens to.
Not so very long ago, before computerized toys and cathode rayed characters did our speaking and thinking for us, one of a storyteller's most important tools was imagination. The imagination of an audience. That was how it used to be, once upon a time.
Maybe a few more minutes?
No. No, I don't think so.
I'd have thought on a day like today. Usually this time of year they arrive in herds.
Used to be. Oh, it's all right. It's easier to say goodbye when there's no one to say it to.
Maybe if we'd publicized it more.
I'm afraid that my little books don't have much to say to the video generation.
But a good story never becomes obsolete.
Maybe a good story, but not the storyteller.
Oh, nonsense. Well, we'll miss you at any rate. When does your house go on the market?
Next week. Oh, I suppose I should be looking forward to it. My sister tells me that Arizona is very good for aching joints.
Is story hour over?
No, you haven't missed a thing.
Oh, good. I'm looking for Hallie Parker.
I'm Hallie Parker.
Great. I'm Nancy Harris. It's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Well, what can I do for you? You are a bit older than my usual group.
No, well, actually, I'm here to ask a favor. Would you sign this for me? For my son. He loves all of your books, but this one is his favorite. He's read it 1,000 times.
I'd be happy to. Have a pen?
Oh, sure.
It's a surprise for him?
Sort of. He can't come himself. He's not feeling very well.
It's too bad. Say, how about I bring it to him myself?
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, I'd be happy to.
Are you sure?
Write down your address and your phone number, and I can bring it this afternoon.
Oh, he'd be thrilled. Thanks, Miss Parker. I can't tell you how much this means to me. To Brian.
Well, I'll see you this afternoon, then, eh?
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
His room is right down here. Brian, there's someone here to see you.
Well, so you're my #1 fan.
She's a writer. Do you know what she writes? Well, let me give you a hint. What's your favorite book?
Creatures in the Closet?
Can you read that?
To Brian, who I'm sure always picks up his toys and always puts away his clothes, and who certainly never, ever, ever has creatures in his closet. With kindest wishes. What's that?
That's me, Hallie Parker.
What do you say, Brian?
Gosh, thanks, Miss Parker.
You're very welcome. Want me to read you a story?
I can read.
Of course you can. What would you like to read to me?
You can if you want.
Once there was a lad named Ned who never, ever made his bed. His toys were never in their box. His bedroom floor was piled with socks, and under them was underwear. Who knows what else was under there? Ned's mother begged. She pitched a fit. Your room looks like a cyclone hit. And did Ned care? Not one bit.
This part.
And when he started cleaning, this is what he found. Creatures in the closet, badgers neath the bed, no toys inside the toy box. A pen of pigs was there instead. I guess I never noticed, was all that dear Ned said.
And Ned just said, so that's what made that noise. I knew it wasn't me. I'm the quietest of boys.
It must have been creatures in the closet and badgers neath the bed that trampled all my toys and clothes and made my mom see red.
He has to go to sleep now.
Oh, Mom,
Oh, no, that's enough excitement for one day.
can you come back again?
Well, I don't know, Brian. I'm going away. I'm moving to another place, and it's a little far away.
Oh.
But we'll see.
Okay, bye, Miss Parker.
Bye, Brian. Now, you get well real quick. Hello? Who's there? Broker's due here any minute. Young couple. She says they're looking for a fixer-upper. Okay, I guess. The neighborhood children are pulling all kinds of tricks on me, and No, Ellen, it isn't. Phoenix does not have a corner on the nice weather department, you know. Yes, I'll talk to you this weekend. Yes, bye. Oh, no. Hello.
Have an accident?
No, just some neighborhood children, so.
Does that happen a lot around here?
It's normally a very quiet area, isn't it, Miss Parker?
Oh, yes. Very quiet. Very, very nice.
Anyway, Paige and Martin Glazer, this is Miss Hallie Parker.
Well, I imagine that you've knocked some baseballs into living rooms in your day, eh, Mr. Glazer?
I've never been one for sports.
Anyway, shall we get started? Solid oak.
And not a nick or splinter in it. So that you can slide down the banisters sometimes if you want to.
Gee, Miss Parker, I hope we're not keeping you from anything.
No, not at all.
Shall we move on?
The room seemed rather closed in.
Imagine all of this opened up, you know, with the sun coming in the morning. It just makes the world of difference.
I suppose if this dark old furniture was out of here, we could put in that white leather sofa we were looking at.
Oh, but white gets so dirty, doesn't it, with children running in and out?
That's not a problem.
We're not planning on children.
Next room? I know it seems tiny in here, but it's all the books that make it feel so small.
Still very dark, though.
I'm thinking skylight and some throw pillows, a pale, soft gray carpet. You could even knock out this side wall. It would make a whole new room.
So many memories.
We're standing in a bit of history, you know. I mean, Miss Parker wrote all her famous children's books in this room, at this very desk. Didn't you, Miss Parker?
Oh, yes,
Perhaps you're familiar with some of the titles?
I doubt it.
No? Well, they escape me at the moment, too. Anyway, onward and upward. Now, you'll notice that the staircase actually complements the home. It sort of sweeps you up to the next floor, where you'll notice
Well, I guess it has potential, although it needs a ton of work to make it livable.
Oh, well, of course you're right, but that's half the fun, isn't it? Breathing new life into an old place. Oh!
All I need is kids running into my house all day. Is this what you call a quiet neighborhood?
Oh, well, it's normally a very...
Well, it's only children with their playthings.
I told you this place gave me a bad feeling.
Let's go.
Miss Parker, do you want to sell this house or not?
I was only trying to be helpful.
You're only trying to be helpful. Well, how about keeping the toys picked up and the kids out? Thank you so very much.
Who's there?
Hello.
Mrs. Harris, this is Hallie Parker.
Hallie Parker?
You remember I came by to see Brian last week.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I thought that you'd want me to call. I've had some trouble with pranks from the neighborhood children. Maybe some of them go to school with Brian. I don't know, but one of them has taken his book.
What are you talking about?
The book that I autographed for him.
Miss Parker, Brian's dead.
Terribly sorry.
Miss Parker.
Miss Parker, why are you calling?
I have his book here.
Sorry, it can't be. You must be mistaken. Miss Parker, the funeral was this morning, and we left the book with him. It was his favorite, and we figured he would like that.
His book?
Miss Parker, I'm sorry, this is not the kind of call.
Who's that? All right, children, where are you?
Don't go, Miss Parker.
Brian?
Read us a story.
Us?
Me and my friends. We want you to stay. Stay! I want you to stay. Read us a story. You won't leave us, will you?
Of course not.
Promise.
I promise. Once there was a lad named Ned who never, ever made his bed. His toys were never in their box. His bedroom floor was piled with socks, and under them was underwear. Who knows what else was under there? Ned's mother begged. She pitched a fit. Your room looks like a cyclone hit. And did Ned care? Not one bit. And when he started cleaning, this is what he found. Creatures in the closet, badgers in the bed, no toys inside the toy box.
There was an old woman, a page in a book, mere phrases and words at which no one would look. But a tale worth telling has a life of its own, happily ever after, in the Twilight Zone. frontier, any frontier, there can be little margin for error. Just as the first covered wagons making their way across the American desert had a finite supply of food and water, so too on this even vaster frontier are there laws that must be strictly observed. Thomas Barton has been piloting emergency dispatch ships for 5 years. He has never been faced with this particular law of the frontier until now. Thomas Barton is about to discover firsthand that there are limits, even here, in the boundless reaches of the Twilight Zone.
Computational error, unauthorized payload. Computational error, unauthorized payload. Fuel supply insufficient for mission completion at present mass.
All right, come out of there. I said come out of there. All right, hold it right there. Right there. All right, come out real slow. Come on. Come on.
All right. I give up. Look, I know I shouldn't have done this.
Who are you?
I was going to Mimir for the Linguistics Academy there. And then I heard your EDS was going to Woden, so I... You see, my brother, Jerry, he works on Woden, on the government survey team there, and it's been 5 years since I've seen him. I haven't seen him since he left Earth. You see, it was just sort of the two of us growing up, and, well, I knew it'd be like a year before I'd see him again. 5 years is a long time, you know. I've missed him. And I know I shouldn't have stowed away, but I didn't want to wait another year. I knew I'd be breaking some sort of regulation. Another look. I'm not a freeloader. I can pay for my own keep once we get to work. And I've got a Class B computer license, and my background is in linguistics, so that might be useful. This is nice.
What's your name?
Marilyn Lee Cross. My brother's Jerry Cross. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Are we going faster?
Yeah, I shut off the engines that were decelerating us as we moved into Woden's star system. I'm trying to save a little fuel for a little while.
Why?
Stardust, this is EDS 34G11. Barton speaking, priority blue. I need to speak with Commander Delhart immediately.
Are you gonna...
Priority blue acknowledged, Barton. Patching you in.
Are you gonna ask them to come back for me? Don't!
Barton, what seems to be the problem?
Commander Delhart, we have a stowaway on board.
I see. I assume you've followed standard procedures.
Negative, sir, I have not. Commander Delhart, the situation's a little unusual here. The stowaway isn't a criminal or a smuggler. She's a girl.
What?
Yes, sir, a teenager. She wants to see her brother in Woden. She didn't even know what she was doing.
Oh.
Commander Delhart, is there another cruiser in the area? A freighter or another scout ship?
No, you're too far out. We're the only ship within 40 light years.
What about sending out another EDS?
It would never reach you on time.
What about a ground-to-space transport from Woden? Anything at all, sir?
No, I'm sorry. There's absolutely no possibility of intercept. There's just nobody out there to help. Martin, I'm sorry. I wish to God there was something I could do, but there isn't. You do understand that, don't you?
What does he mean?
Yes, sir, I understand.
I'll get ship's records to Corrigan so we can make the necessary notifications. Delhart out.
Are you gonna tell me what he means?
The ship is carrying serum for cholera fever. Back to Group 1 on Woden. Their base was hit by a meteor storm. Their supply was wiped out. Do you know what cholera fever is?
No?
It's like meningitis. It's quicker and more painful. Group 2, where your brother is actually 8,000 miles away across the Western Sea from Group 1, so there's no way they can get back to Group 1 in time to help, which means 35 men are going to die unless the ship with the serum reaches them on schedule.
I see, so I'm throwing you off the schedule?
EDS, this is ship's records. EDS.
This is EDS, I acknowledge.
We'll need all the data on the subject's identification disc.
One moment, please. I see your identification disc. ID number T837-Y41, name Marilyn Lee Cross, date of birth July 7th, 2040, place of birth Grand Rapids, Michigan, American Commonwealth, Earth.
Original destination.
Port City, Beamer.
Time of execution.
What? What does she mean?
At what time was the stowaway ejected from the ship?
I'll inform you later.
Ejected? She can't be serious.
Now listen to me. It's my fault because I should have told you as soon as I found you. And I thought maybe once I contacted Delhart could do something about it. I don't know.
If you eject me, I'll die.
I realize that.
Warning. Fuel supply insufficient for mission completion. Moving to condition yellow.
I didn't hurt anybody. I just wanted to see my brother.
Nobody wants you to die, and nobody would ever let it be this way if there was anything humanly possible they could do to change it, but there's not. I mean, these emergency dispatch ships are given just exactly enough fuel to get to their destination, maybe a little extra to allow for atmospheric turbulence.
And my added weight will cause it to lose its fuel before we reach the ground.
Yeah, it'll crash, and you and I will die, and so will 35 people waiting for the serum.
What about the Stardust? Can't it come to pick me up?
No. God, it's carrying medical supplies and food to the outer colonies. And hundreds of people will die if it doesn't reach its destination on schedule.
You talk like this happens every day, you know? Just like you're throwing some excess baggage overboard.
You don't think I'm going to have to live with this for the rest of my life? I mean, every night when you come to me in my dreams, don't you think if there was something, anything I could do to help you, I would do it?
Entering Woden gravitational vector phase 1. Engine ignition must occur at T-minus 85 minutes. Mass must be reduced.
It's all just numbers, isn't it? Ratios. Equations. It's nothing personal. It's just mathematics.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is just mathematics. I mean, H amount of fuel won't power this ship safely to its destination with M plus X amount of mass. It's as simple as that.
X. That's me, isn't it? The unwanted factor in a mathematical equation. I can go alone, or I can take 35 others with me.
In case you're wondering, the EDS doesn't have any sophisticated landing computers. I mean, you can't pilot the ship by yourself.
I know. Thanks for the thought, though. Isn't there anything else?
What, jettison? These things are designed pretty lean. I mean, there's hardly an extra kilogram. Wait a second. Just wait 1 second.
Warning. Fuel supply insufficient for mission completion.
that's enough?
Well, we'll soon find out. Damn it, that's not even half what we need.
How long do I have before I have to leave?
I have to reactivate the engines and start deceleration by 1900 hours.
That's less than an hour. Oh, God, how did this happen so fast?
It's different out here. I mean, it's not like Earth. The frontier's so vast that there's no margin for error out here. I mean, you make a mistake, there's nobody can help you.
Entering Woden gravitational vector. Phase 2 engine ignition must occur at T-minus 75 minutes.
Do you want to talk to him? Your brother? Do you want to talk to your brother? I think we're within range now.
Yes.
EDS 34G11 to Group 2 on Woden, please copy.
Group 2, Woden. We copy EDS.
Jerry Cross, please. It's urgent.
Jerry? No, he went out on a reconnaissance mission. He won't be back for a while yet. Over.
Please notify him as soon as possible, then signal us. It's urgent. EDS out.
It seems to go faster all the time, doesn't it? I just want to hear his voice. I think when I hear his voice, I won't be so scared. It's cold in here. Is it cold?
No, it's, yeah, it's colder than it should be here.
Maybe I shouldn't wait, you know, maybe I'm just being selfish. Maybe it would be better for Jerry if you told him afterward.
No. No, that's not what he'd want. He'd want you to wait.
Is it getting dark where he is? I've heard everyone I love. I've been so stupid, so selfish.
It wasn't your fault. It really wasn't your fault at all, and they'll understand that.
I'll never be able to tell them. I never took them for granted. And I knew about all those little sacrifices they made. Also, I wouldn't have to do without. Oh, God. Never being able to tell them how much I love them.
They know.
I've read about how people look when they die in space. But I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to die for.
Please, I know you didn't. I know you didn't, and I know you're not to blame, and I'm sorry. Do you understand me? I am so sorry.
I'll be okay.
Signal transmission from G2.
Jerry?
Incoming.
It's Jerry.
understand.
Cross here, what is it? EDS, come in. Gerald Cross here.
Jerry? I wanted to see you.
Marilyn? Is that you? What are you doing on EDS?
I wanted to see you, Jerry, so I hid on the ship.
You hid?
The stowaway. I didn't know what it would mean.
Oh, Marilyn, what have you done?
I didn't mean to hurt you, Jerry. I just wanted to see
I'm sorry. Don't cry, sis. I didn't mean it to sound that way. It's just that it's unfair. It's because of me.
Oh, don't feel like that, Jerry. Don't let me go knowing you feel like that.
EDS, have you called Stardust? Is there anything?
There's nothing he can do, Jerry. He tried everything. No one can help me now, I know that. I just wanted to say goodbye, Jerry.
The planet's starting to swing. We're losing contact with the base now.
Jerry, you're fading away, so I have to say goodbye now. And maybe we'll see each other again. I'll be nothing you can see, but I'll be there. Always think of me like that. Always.
Always like that. Never any other way.
Goodbye, Jerry. I love you.
Marilyn, I love you.
Warning, fuel supply insufficient for mission completion at present. Mass. Condition red. Mission status in jeopardy. Condition red.
I'm ready.
In the darkness, Thomas Barton hurtles towards his destination with the realization that there is room for emotion on the wilder frontiers of the universe. Emotion and the memory of a girl who had not known that sometimes it takes a human life to balance a cold equation in the black geometry of the Twilight Zone.